Hello, everyone. Here we are. Finally, racing started this morning. And what a day! Two race wins for Mateo. He's leading the windsurfing fleet. Amazing start. Also, Mojaya had a really good start. She's 13th overall. She had a 22nd and a 7th place. So I think we couldn't wish much better to start the Olympic Games. Finally, we're there. And to talk about this, Marco Versari is with us today. He will talk about the tracking and do a small recap. I hope you all found the tracking. It's on Swiss Saving website. You just have to be a bit patient. The page works, so just upload it again. Later, we'll talk with Nils Theuninck, our famous Finn sailor, who's joining us from Italy, and we will finish with Asier Fernandez, the coach of today's Mateo. Marco, let's start now with the tracking. Maybe you can show us a bit of the races from today.
Yes, good morning, Sophia. I have done a little bit of recap. It was exciting to watch the races live. I early wake up, but worth it. And so I think we can watch the recap, and then I will be available for question if you have any.
Today races took place on Enoshima for Mateo and Kamakura for Maud. Here on the first race with Mateo, with 90 degrees of direction and 9 knots of speed, we have a port start, a bank on the right side of the course, reaching the first mark in a first position. Let's have a look on how he was sailing higher and faster than all the other people in this race. So well that after the second upwind, he was extending his leads of about 200 meters. In the second race, we had the wind that started to decrease and veering right. We can even see it from the tracking that on the first upwind, Mateo started to benefit from this kind of right shift during the first upwind, where he could already extend his position to first. Then on the downwind, which we see it's with light wind for windsurfing due to the angle, he around the right side of the gate and tacking right after with this wind already turning to the right. What happened with the Mateo? We had in the morning some easterly wind that dropped around 1 p.m. and it started to pick up from south around 1:30. So the second part of the racing day was with southerly wind. Let's see with Maud. Maud during the second race, so southerly wind, she take a start and she has to work right hard to get with a clear lane, and she positioned herself in the center of the racing course with a little group of other boats. By doing that, she managed to climb the upwind and round in the top 10 with hard work to get through the traffic at the upwind mark. In the second upwind, we can see that the wind is oscillating a bit, first with a right shift, and we see the lift here, and then in the second part of the upwind with a left shift. That helps her to keep her position in the top 10 and finishing the race on the 7th place.
Thank you, Marco, for this recap. Really cool to see a bit of real racing on the tracking, as of course we cannot show videos because of the right holders. Maybe one last question about the weather forecast for the next days. How is it looking? We talk a lot about this typhoon.
Yeah, it's true. There is let's call it likelihood that a typhoon will hit the area of Tokyo in the next about 36, 48 hours. And now the Meteorological Agency of Japan is tracking it. It's still outside in the ocean right now, this tropical storm, and is approaching at a speed of about 20 kilometers per hour towards the direction of northwest or west-northwest. And the hope is that this kind of typhoon is keeping a track a little bit northerly without affecting too much the venue. But if the forecast is to hit the the area of Tokyo, it's expected to be wind above 40 knots, gusting up to 60 knots. So let's see exactly how that develops and how that affects the racing schedule.
I think we can only wish for it not to come to Enoshima, as we know Mateo is stronger in lighter winds. Thank you, Marco, and see you tomorrow for the next tracking recap. Now heading to Lake Garda, where Nils Theuninck, our famous Finn sailor, is working as a coach as of tomorrow for the Laser Radial Youth Worlds. Nils, how are you?
Hi, Sophia. I'm great, thanks. I'm here in sunny Italy, and the wind is blowing every day, so it's great.
How does it feel to be watching your friends, your mates race in Enoshima? Must be a bit difficult for you.
Well, I'm super excited for them. You know, I've been following them for many, many years, and some of my closest friends are racing there now. So, of course, I'm very enthusiastic for them. And on the other side, I wish I would have been there with them. So it's kind of like a half-half situation, but mostly excited. So.
And probably even more excited with the results this morning, both from Maud and Mateo.
Yeah, no, for sure. First thing I did waking up in the morning was go on the website and check the results. And when I saw the win of Mateo, I was super happy for him. I knew the forecast looked light for today, so I had good hopes for him. And yeah, I know Maud as well sailed well today, had a little iffy start on the first race, but for sure recovered well in the second one. So overall, I think it's still a long race to go, and they both started really well.
What I wanted to ask you is that you're really close to Maud. You guys trained a lot physically in the motions lab together before heading to the games. Are you in contact with her? How is she these days?
So yeah, I tried to help her as much as I could before she left for Tokyo. So some little mental support in the heat chamber in motion lab. It was pretty hard, but yeah, it's always better with company. And yeah, she seems great. I had her on the phone yesterday, and everything was going well. Yeah, she for sure was a bit disappointed she couldn't attend the opening ceremony due to the COVID restrictions. And but yeah, I think overall she's in well shape. She's fit, so you know it's a long race, as I said, and she'll be fighting until the end, as I'm sure of.
We spoke to Natalie, her coach, yesterday. She was with us in the live talk, and she said she was ready. She was mentally strong. Can you confirm this?
Oh yeah, 100%. I can 100% confirm that.
That's the best news. Now, maybe one last question about you. What are your plans now that the Finn is probably over?
So yeah, so the Finn is, I think, officially kicked out of the game, so that's a bit of a shame. So I'm working a bit on my reconversion. For the moment, I'm doing a bit more fun stuff during the summer, you know, enjoying the other side of sailing, which is less competitive, more fast boats, fun boats to sail. And yeah, we'll see for the future what I'm going to do. Maybe another Olympic class, I don't know. Or, you know, going back to studying and doing some big boat sailing on the side.
Well, we're excited to see what comes. Thank you very much for joining us, and good luck for the Worlds starting tomorrow. Now, before talking to Asier, we have a few words from our winner of the day, Mateo.
It feels really good to start leading the overall, but well, I stay humble and with the feet on the ground because I know the way is still long, and I will have to fight each race, each point, and we will see in the end. But today I had really good speed, and I also luckily managed to get good tactics and good strategy, especially in the two first races where I went to the good side in the first lap, and then just managing the fleet and controlling them was enough to win. And then the third race was a bit more complicated because the wind was oscillating a little bit and with some lulls in the middle of the course, which made it pretty tricky. And yeah, in planning conditions, it's not my best or my strongest point.
Nice to hear a few words from Mateo. Unfortunately, no videos, but we have nice pictures from Sailing Energy. Now I'd like the best coach ever to join me. Asier, are you a proud coach tonight?
Konnichiwa, Sofia. I'm super happy about the results of Mateo. before the races today, he tell me, I'm here to win a medal. I know that I can win a medal. Of course, I believe on that.
Gives goosebumps. He's really strong in these conditions, right? He was far in front of the fleet.
In the first race, he take more or less half and a downwind to the second, and when he was crossing the finishing line, the fifth was rounding the top mark. So he was, wow, super fast.
Yeah, that's impressive, but it's difficult to know what is gonna come because the forecast might not be these conditions all week long, right?
We have 12 days with really a lot of stability with the winds, thermal wind, sea breeze, about 6 to 12 knots every day from the same direction. And today is the first day that we have another absolutely different conditions. And we don't know about this typhoon that is coming, what can happen. Nobody, any meteorologist can predict what is going to happen.
Well, that is also the beauty of our sport, not to know what is going to come. But how do you deal with it mentally to keep Mateo focused and maybe not too enthusiastic after this great day?
Well, in the beginning, every day we check the work, amazing work that Marco Versari did. We have a book with all of the statistics, with all of the different scenarios of wind that we can have here, and more or less is happening what is writing in that book. So before the races, we check the current, we check the scenarios with the statistics that Marco Versari gave us, and it looks like it's working.
Well, Marco, that's very useful.
Marco.
Well, thanks. Good to know.
And Asier, how do you work with Mateo mentally? The night before the race, the morning before the race, during the races, how does it work?
I take out all the important things because I think this, of course, is not the same regatta as normal, because here you have to show everyone about more than 8 or maybe 12 or maybe more years of work, hard work. But I take out all of this press that everybody have, and I try to do it like normal, like a normal race. It's not, but I try to keep out all of this important that everybody is pushing and sending a WhatsApp or all of these things.
And you've been working with Mateo since so many years. It must feel special to be at the second Olympic with him.
Yeah, I showed him how to do windsurfing when he was a little kid. And well, now he's fighting for the medals. So for me, it's amazing. Stay with him all of his career is a dream.
It's a beautiful adventure together. Thank you, Asier. We can wish you light winds for the next days and a bit of luck too.
Thank you, Sophia.
Thanks for joining us today. Tomorrow, same time, 1 o'clock Swiss time, we will be here with Peter Esberger from the Gstaad Yacht Club. Marco, of course, will be here for the tracking. And we might have a special guest if he's not too tired after his races yesterday. Mateo will join us. Follow the races on the tracking. Tomorrow is a bit later, 7:30 a.m. and 8 a.m. so we can sleep a bit more in Switzerland. Thank you and see you tomorrow.